Mr. Andy Duck and welcome back for another video, and today I've got two replays to show off in the Tier 10 American Premium Tank Destroyer, the T114 Bat. Now I've got these two replays to show you off today because this tank in this season received a buff. So what did they do to the tank? Well, they've improved the traverse speed from 26 degrees to 28 degrees, and then they've improved the interclip reload from 3 seconds to 2 seconds, a whole second off of the interclip, and improved the accuracy from 0.3 to 0.28. So it's had quite a big buff, and this tank, to be honest, I really enjoy playing this tank. So I've got two replays to show off the buff today, so let's get on to the replays where I'll show you my crew and equipment setup. So the first replay we've got for you today is on Murovanka, where we do have one enemy artillery, one enemy light tank, and it is the encounter battle. If you want to see the crew and equipment setup I'm choosing to run in the tank, you can see that at the bottom as I speak. But initially we're going to try and light the 8-9 line early, see how many tanks are coming this way and see if we can win this side. It looks like we've actually only spotted 3 tanks, and I think the enemy bat chat which was spotted was running, which leads me to believe that we can win this area. And I want to win this side as fast as we possibly can do, because then we can deny the enemy map control. If we win this side quickly, we can then come around and sort of spot all the tanks in their base or on the ridge line. We can maybe push to the sort of A8 position, and we can start, to deny the map control, which generally leads to winning the game in more cases than not. But we do have to be careful, because one of the targets we did spot here is an enemy Night Stalker. You can see I am reversing around here to try and, in case I spot him this way and he decides, to do Night Stalker things and full send me, I want to be able to get out there quickly. So, although this tank is a tank destroyer by class, it doesn't really play like your traditional TDs do. It's not really like a passive sort of snipey tank destroyer. It's a 3-shot autoloader, and it plays a lot more like a stealthy medium does, sort of similar to a Tier 10 bat chat in a way. You actually have pretty good accuracy in this tank. I've got 0.27 accuracy, so it is quite accurate. It just has quite a big, quite slow shell velocity, so you need to pre-aim your shot. You're on your standard heat rounds, which you come as standard. You've got 315 penetration with a shell velocity of 503. On your premium HESH rounds, you have 180 penetration, but for 570 alpha, which is very nice, but a slow shell velocity of 498. So we was looking to see if we can get an angle at Night Stalker, but he's turned around and we thought, right, you know what, we're going to ignore the Night Stalker, help our team kill this heavy tank as fast as we can. That will free up my team to help me kill the enemy Night Stalker. At least that is my plan. So we've managed to get our one shot in so far and kill the enemy heavy tank, picking up our kill. You can see the picking up our first kill, and then the enemy tanks have applied cap pressure. But at the moment, if we can kill this Night Stalker quickly, then we can come around and try and help deal with that, help respond with that. We do spot the enemy Night Stalker, or Night Stalker gets spotted, I should say, leaving. We're trying to get a few shots in, but it's a little bit awkward there to get the shots in. You do only have a 22-second reload in this tank, so it is pretty quick. You can just afford to go on the reloads. Even with the nerf to the sort of reload speed that everyone's had with the crew and equipment changes, it hasn't affected this tank too much. And with the buff and things that you can play, stuff like Flash Hider now as an equipment slot, I've really enjoyed this tag. I enjoyed it before. I actually think I enjoy it more now after the changes, if I'm honest. But so far we haven't got off to a great start, but there's a lot of damage left, and we've sort of done the hard graft, if you like. We've got rid of that sort of 8-9 area with the help of our team. Now it allows us to put in a position to try and spot for our team and get shots into these tanks which are on the ridge lines here. You can see there's an enemy E100 here. We should be able to pen him with our heat pen. It's only 315, but if we side on like that, we should be able to go through the turret. We have got tanks sort of getting the cap resets, which is great, and we're able to shut down an enemy Murat, which is also very good because that is a dangerous tank. But We're not pushing too much further than this because there isn't any back chat in the corner which is going to spot us. You see, we are detected here, but we have got cover we can pull back into if we need to. So far, I managed to pick up 3 kills with only 1,000 damage. So each shot we had was actually a kill shot, which is kind of crazy. So we have got the 3 kills here. Get a shot into the E100, picking up a little bit more damage. And this game's looking pretty good for our team. 10 versus 8. Hit points are still fairly even, but this does tend to be, this game is kind of a close one all the way through to the end, which is kind of surprising, but it's just how the game turns out. We've got shots this E100 here. We're trying to get some shots in through his lower plate. We managed to pen 2 out of the 3, picking up a bit of damage, putting us under 2,000 damage, also keeping him spotted, because we do have a friendly artillery which could potentially shoot these targets, because most of the enemy team are pinned in the corner now. So they are all in one location. I'd like to finish off the one-shot light tank, but we're not quite reloaded. The reload is come off now. He crashes. We're hoping we can get the kill shot in. Remember, we do have to lead these shells because of slow shell velocity. Light tank gets destroyed. We put 1 into the E100 here, putting big lead into those shells, but they are actually hitting and connecting and penning. And we're on 3,000 damage now in the 7 versus 5. And actually now we are applying the cap pressure on the enemy team. So the enemy team are going to have to, if they want not to lose this game, come and get the reset, or rely on their artillery to get those resets in the cap circle. Otherwise they will lose in 1 minute. So I want to try and get some more damage. Enemy tank destroyer gets spotted. Put 2 shots into him, put 3 shots, track him. Unfortunately, the final shell on my clip doesn't pen, but it does track him in place. We've not actually picked up as much assistance as I would like here, but we are picking up damage, and there is still, say, 5 tanks remaining. So I'm going to push a little bit closer, knowing that we have an artillery. If I spot theirs, we may be able to pick up some assistance for spotting those targets. But there is an enemy Guerrilla 15 here who's just fired. So I'm going to go in and try and kill him before he reloads and just delete this tank to get rid of him. We've done that. We've taken out a top tier TD, picking up our 4th kill, and we're going to try and spot this E100 and enemy artillery. We spot the enemy artillery there. We are still on reload, and then we do get detected, and the enemy artillery is actually waiting for us. I was trying to keep the E100 lit so our friendly team could actually shoot him. Unfortunately, our artillery is missing these shots here. I wish I had the Hesh loaded, I must admit. If I had the Hesh loaded, I could have potentially killed this artillery here. Try and get the final shot on E100, because he was actually saving his friendly artillery there. Whether it was attention or not, I'm not sure. But we're on about 5,600 damage, and we're trying to get out of here just because we know there is a bat, although the bat is now pushed up to the F1 area, and also the E100. I don't know what equipment he's using. He could be using the big gun with the ammo swapper on. He could potentially swap to the HE shells and put a big nasty pen in, potentially taking 1,000 of our hit points away if he pens with the HE. So that's something we've got to bear in mind. But also this game's kind of gone from where we had the advantage to now very close. It's now 4 versus 4, as you can see. But it's, it's still not 9% hit points left in the enemy team. We can still try and we can still win this game. We've still got the majority of our hit points, but it is just a lot closer here. Enemy Batchat is caught moving back towards the base, I believe, but the TD gets spotted, and I was trying to get some shots into him. Finally do connect that shell, and we actually pick up our 5th kill of the game, putting us just shy of the 6,000 damage mark here. 3 tanks remaining. We are on reload. We're going to come back and see if we can finish off this E100, which we'll probably need if we get lucky. If we, depending on his equipment, we could kill him in two shots. But if he's running double armour angling, then we're going to need 3 shots to kill him. So we're going to try and just mainly keep him spotted, and also try and get the shots in. I swapped to a small mini map here because I wanted to know if the Batchat was sneaking around the corner of me. Hopefully we can try and spot this enemy artillery who was in the corner. You see I reverse round, so I've got quicker escape basically. If we do get spotted, we need to run. Spot the E100, we go for a shot in the rear, we pen 1, can we pen another one? Unfortunately we should have shot that last shell lower in between his tracks, and we would have actually probably penned him. As it stands we don't, so we need to run. And the enemy Batchat looks like he's on my case here. I don't know if he's reloaded or not. This is awkward, so I've still got 9 seconds. He is firing shots at me. Batchat is pretty inaccurate on the move though. after all these perks. So we hope he's just going to miss the shots, and we can try and squeeze in this kill shot here. We need to lead that one. We hit him, but we don't actually kill him with the shell, but thankfully we kill him with our final shell so we don't get taken out, bringing us to a total of 6 kills, 6,600 damage. 2 tanks remaining. Got a possibility of picking up a Devastator medal here, or even a Radleys if we're able to kill both of these targets, which we should actually be able to do with 1 clip left. But it is the Hesh pen, so now we need to, yeah, we've only got 180 pen on the Hesh, which is fine for the artillery. The E100 we're going to need to really get the rear of the tank. I mean, maybe we pen a lower plate, but that is far from guaranteed to be able to do that. So, but now he's on like 50 hit points, so now we should just be able to splash him, to be fair. We just really need to hit him, and we do, and we finish him off, and we get our 7th kill. 2 shells left. I'm thinking, please let me get the artillery. I want to do the 8th kill here. I'm so close. I'm thinking, I'm going to get it. Am I going to get it? Unfortunately, the artillery starts to take damage, my friendly team, and yeah, I'm thinking he's going to finish him off before I'm able to. Which is a shame, because I'd like to have got the 8th kill here. Just as I was about to pull the trigger, it gets taken out. We wasn't able to get that 8th kill, but we still have a good game. Let's see how we finish that one off. We get the Devastator medal, just shy there of what, 6,700 damage. He's only the first class with the ace tanker. Our friendly pattern does a good game as well. So that's it for replay number 1, but one final replay to come. Let's move on for that replay. Okay, so here we are for the second and final replay. This time we are platooned up with Big Swindle 321 here on Karelia. And initially I was saying, do you know what? You know, he's in the 86, he's quick, he's mobile as well. Should we try and take the hill? So that was my initial plan. I thought, right, let's go and take the hill, win the hill location. As we was making our advance, I was thinking, hang on a bit, Swindle. Bail, we need to bail here. There is no support, and as you can see in a minute, we are going to lock on those brakes because we realise, yeah, that's a death sentence. We do not have the support from our friendly team, so there's no point taking the hill because they haven't come this way. They've decided to just sit in the base, so we're going to have to give up that plan and know what, let the enemy team have the hill, but it's really not nothing we can do about that. If your team don't move, then you can't get it. So I thought, right, sod that. I'm not going to waste my time over that side then. I'm going to go and just see if we can win the other area of the map. Swindle's going to hold now because he has got some heavy tanks coming with him, and he's going to try and cover his friendly heavy tanks, get in a position to cover them if they spot any of the targets. I'm going to try and win this other side. You can see I do have some support actually going that way. I've got a couple of heavy tanks and medium tanks coming over. I'm thinking, yeah, we may have the advantage over here potentially. But maybe I can just sort of win this area. We are already 1 tank down. We have lost, 1 tank down, some hit points down. But it's still very, very early days at this point. I'm coming around as an E5, which is not ideal because that tank is still one of the best tier 10 heavy tanks in the game. So it's going to be very, very dangerous to take this out. But we do have the advantage. Because we have the tanks advantage here. Now what I really need our tanks to do is just push, right? Don't sit there trying to snipe the cupola of the 5 when you've got 3 tanks versus 1. You know, let's go in and then kill him. Unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. I can just sense that these tanks will stay here all game unless someone sort of leads them into a charge. Now, I don't really want that to be me because I'm not really the tank to do it, right? I'm not a brawling, heavy tank. But I also sense that we're going to lose. My vibe is we're going to lose the game if we just don't do something. So I'm going to go in and just take the hits and hope and pray my team actually take advantage of the fact that I'm doing this and come in to help. So the Jag E100 there on the right. Now this E5 is just completely over poking me. I'm just going to dump my shells into this tank and get him onto a one shot. Because if I don't, I think I'm going to end up getting taken out by this tank. We put him on a one shot. It does cost me all of my hit points, and I'm praying my friendly team now shoot him and finish him off. They do that, and now I need him to take the initiative and push up to this position. So we can try and kill these tanks. You can see it's cost me hit points, but I've got rid of the E5, which is what I wanted to do. So it's not ideal losing all my hit points, but I did not want to stay there all game. Now I really need my heavy tanks to get into the brawl, push up, and then we can try and essentially, when the enemy tanks shoot, I'll put a clip into something. That's my plan, but I'll need to sort of play off my heavy tanks in order to do so. Naturally, people aren't too keen to take a shot off the Yagi 100. Can obviously understand that. We do put one into his lower plate. Trying to get a second one into the lower plate. Wasn't quite possible with the angle. We are on reload here. Yeah, again, I've still got two tanks at sort of the D sort of one area I need to push up. We need to kill these tanks. We are losing at the moment, but I can't turn around to go back to my base or make a push until these tanks have been destroyed. So we're going to have to sort of, yeah, just get it together and kill these tanks. Unfortunately, I eat one off the medium tank there. Now I am a complete one-shot. But we're still in the game. I'm just going to give up on this fight because I thought, yeah, it's not. But now I finally have some team. As you come back from me, this medium tank, I'm thinking, oh, I just need them to kill these tanks. So even though I'm a one-shot, I'm going to try my best to help them. The Progetto is there. Yagi 100 is a 1. We just can kill this tank. Maybe our tanks will push the Progetto for us. Yagi 100, and try and get the Cupola shot here. Can we get a Cupola? Yes, we do. We pick up our kill, and now I need these tanks just to go in and bully this Progetto here. We are on a one-shot. Progetto is coming round. I'm sort of just trying to hide just in case he decides to full send and take out the one-shot tank, which is me. VZ really needs to go in and help our tanks. He is going in. Unfortunately for our Leopard, he gets taken out by the Progetto, and I need to run here. Look, I'm now getting pushed. The enemy tanks has kind of re-pushed us, and I'm thinking this is not looking great at the moment, is it? Leopard is preventing my escape route, if you like. We put 3 shells into him, putting him onto a one-shot. We're getting chased by 2 full health tanks behind us. Thankfully, the Leopard PTA gets taken out, though. That might give us a chance to escape, at least a potential hope that we can get out before these tanks spot us, because we need to get back to our base. Unfortunately, we get spotted by a Guerrilla 15, and I'm thinking, oh god, here we go, it's over. But we get a bit of luck we needed. The Guerrilla 15 misses his shell, and that's going to allow us to escape. We actually track him and pen him there, and we are just running on eye support. Dodge, dive, get out of here. Yeah, we come out of that, although being on 88 hit points, we still did 3,600 damage and 1,500 assistance, and I felt like we've given our team a chance of still getting the victory. What I don't want to do is completely give up this side now. I'm going to try and get the damage in whilst where I can, while my friendly team are fighting these mediums and heavies. We actually killed the enemy heavy tank, and we put 2 shots into that enemy medium tank. You can see how much I lead the shells. You do need to lead the shells because of the slow shell velocity, but the tank is actually accurate. It's not derpy, it's just got a slow shell velocity. So we're now up to just shy of 5,000 damage with 2,000 assistance, and we are one shot to literally everything in the game right now. So I'm going to be patient at this stage. I'm just going to wait and see if we can spot these targets coming. And we know there was a medium tank which we put onto a 2-shot there. There may have been some more tanks behind him potentially, but I'm just sort of thinking, I'm stuck into 2 minds, like, do I want to go and help Swindle on the other side, but also I don't want to give up the vision, because I've sensed that the second I give up the vision, they're going to push down this side and then be in our base. But also, if they've managed to get underneath this ridge without me spotting them, if they take a decent path to get here, then I'm going to be caught in a problem because I won't be able to escape. So I may consider actually just moving around to the other side, giving this up, letting the enemy team come into the base and then try and get the resets. And that's what I'm going to do. I am going to pull out of there because I feel like I've left it long enough, right? I still have a tank in the base, so you know, if they get spotted, we're going to know they're going to be coming into the base, but then we can try and deal with the resets. There's an enemy one-shot tank on this hill, which I'm looking for a shot on. I don't quite have the shot. He's sort of behind some hard cover here. Maybe one of my friendly tanks on the hill, though, looks like they should be able to take him out with Swindle sort of advancing. There is the medium tank which we put onto a 2-shot earlier. So we're just going to run and try and keep our distance here, because this is very, very close. You know, 6 versus 5. Enemy tanks have the hit point advantage, but it is still incredibly tight. And we're on 5,000 damage, 2,000 assistance. So with 24% hit points remaining and 5 tanks remaining, there's still a lot more damage available. You know, if we can get another clip off, you know, we can maybe get this bring this closer to sort of like 7,000 damage. We're going to move up and try and win this side and help Swindle kill these tanks. And actually, we spotted a tank coming towards our base. We're actually going to push up to the hill and try and shoot the tanks, which are going to be detected hopefully by our TDs in the base. Maybe we can get side shots onto those tanks and help the tanks out from here. We try and get one shot into this enemy heavy tank here. We put one in, miss our first shot, try and get a shot on this tank, maybe crossing. He may give us an opportunity, just misses it, putting us on to about 5,000 damage though with the first shot penning. But you can see our reload, it really isn't too long, to be fair. It won't take that long to get back into the game. Things like last stand could be a really good perk for this, because if I was on like 88 hit points or whatever right now, then your reload comes actually pretty quickly. Trying to finish off this one-shot tank here. Was able to finish off that heavy, picking up our third kill of the game. Only got one shell remaining, trying to find a home on this enemy medium tank, but don't quite have one, and he is behind cover, so I'm going to give it up and try, can I find another angle to get the reset, just in case our friendly tank destroyer in the base gets taken out. I want to be there. I really don't want to get capped out. There's a lot of hard work gone into this game so far. We want to make sure we get the win out of this one. So I do have shots now into this medium. I found another angle. Thankfully for me, he's not moving, so he got that shell in and got the reset. Puts him onto a one shot. He's sort of panicking now. He might be able to get shot by friendly tanks on the hill potentially. If not, I'm going to move up and see if we can finish him off. With 4 tanks remaining, one of the tanks being the tank in the cap circle. The other tanks probably still at their base, to be fair. There's 2 enemy TDs, they're probably still at their base. That's where I'm suspecting them to be. So we just need to kill this medium tank before we progress. Like I say, I was being very careful because I don't have the hit points to play with, but thankfully our friendly platoon mate, Swindle 321, he picks up the kill. That frees us up now. 3 tanks remaining. We're going to try and move in and see if we can get some more damage out. I've only got 2 heat shells remaining, so I probably need to swap to my Hesh pen, but one of the tanks is an SVAC. I think the other one's a Soviet Tier 8 tank destroyer, and I think the other one's a Tier 8 heavy tank, so I can actually pen those all with my Hesh. So I probably should have swapped to the Hesh pen already here, to be honest. I don't think I've realised I've reloaded with only 2 shots in the clip at this point. You see, Swindle's already pushed up quite far, so it's pretty clear to say that the enemy tanks are in the base. I have now realised I only had 2 shells loaded, so I've swapped across to my Hesh shells to try and maximise my damage. Maybe even get some more assistance as well. If we are able to spot them, we can top this game up with the assistance tanks. So enemy can either get spotted now. At this point I was thinking, oh, he is actually just AFK. So we actually managed to pen one of the shells and annoyingly bounce 2 others. But we do track him in place though, which leads us to pick up some more assistance on the tracks here. So he should get finished off by Swindle. If not, we're going to try and go around and just kill the enemy tank destroyers there. So Iron Rain finishes off the Carnarvon there, and we pick up a little bit more assistance. Putting us just shy of 7,000 damage with sort of over 2,000 assistance here, but with 2 tanks remaining, one of which is I think pretty much full health, so hopefully we can try and get a full clip off and bring us right up to closer to sort of over 7,000, closer to 8,000 potentially if we're able to get the shots in. SVAC kills our friendly Super Conqueror here. He does get spotted. He is on a 1 shot. We're going to try and see if we can finish him off. We have got to be somewhat careful because we are 1 shot as well. But we're going to see if we can move up to this rock. Unfortunately, Swindle has gone in the cap circle, so do know we're coming here. It's not a problem. We're going to see if we can get a shot into the SVAC. Leading up the shot, I want to make sure I hit him. He gets killed by our friendly E5. And now I almost through getting shot by that enemy TD there. But we do get a shot which actually tracks him. He wasn't able to pen his lower plate, which is a shame. But we're definitely going to win now. I'm just going to go around and see if we can pen our last 2 Hesh pens and top this game off. Just need to get to the rear of this tank. I should be able to pen. Don't know why I wasted that shell. I should have just come round. I've put one into the rear. If I did that straight away, I would have actually just killed the tank. But we still have a good game. So how do we finish that one off? We finished that one off with 3 kills, 7,000 sort of 500 damage, 3,000 assistance, getting the ace tanker and the high caliber. So thanks for your amazing support, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!